Welcome to the Professor English podcast, where we don't just talk about English, we practice English. My name is Ryan, and I am your host. Today, we are going to practice using the phrase to make sense, which means something you can follow, something you can understand, an idea that is clear. The explanation is clear. It is very frequently used as a question after someone gives an opinion or explains an idea. They will ask you, "Does that make sense?" Which means, did I explain my idea clearly to you? Did you understand my idea? As usual, instead of giving long explanations, let's just jump right in and practice. If you are not sure how to use it now, don't worry. After we practice using it together, you will be much more comfortable with this phrase. Before we begin, I just want to remind you that if you prefer some visual help with this exercise, you can always see the video version on my YouTube channel, Professor English ESL Class. Let's dive in and start practicing English. Here is a simple sentence. In English, try to repeat after me. You liked the movie. You liked the movie. How would you make a yes-no question, a basic question with that sentence? You liked the movie. Did you? Did you like the movie? Did you like the movie? How will you answer no? No, you didn't like the movie. No, you did not like the movie. No, you didn't like the movie. Can you make a why not question? Why not? Why not like the movie? Why didn't you like the movie? Why didn't you like the movie? Here is the reason. The reason is it was difficult to understand what was happening. It was difficult to understand what was happening. You didn't like the movie because it was difficult to understand what was happening. You didn't like the movie because it was difficult to understand what was happening. Can you say all of that? That's a pretty long sentence. You didn't like the movie because you didn't understand what was happening. You couldn't follow the movie. Instead of saying all of this, instead of saying this very long sentence, we can say, the movie didn't make sense. And that means I didn't understand the story. I didn't understand what was happening in the movie. I could not follow what was happening in the movie. I could not follow the movie. The movie didn't make sense. You didn't like the movie because it didn't make sense. You didn't like the movie because it didn't make sense. All right, super duper job. Let's try another example. John disagreed with Mary's reasons. John disagreed with Mary's reasons. Let's substitute John and Mary. Let's use he, she, it. He didn't agree with her reasons. He disagreed. He disagreed with her reasons. With her reasons? With her. With her reasons. He disagreed with her reasons. How would you make a why question with that sentence? He disagreed with her reasons. Why did he disagree? Why did he disagree? Why did he disagree? Why did he disagree? With her reasons. With their reasons. With her reasons. With her reasons. Why did he disagree with her reasons? Why did he disagree with her reasons? The reason is he didn't understand them. He didn't understand her reasons. Her reasons were strange to him. Her reasons didn't make sense to him. He disagreed with her because her reasons didn't make sense. Her reasons didn't make sense. Her reasons seemed strange. He didn't understand her reasons. Her reasons didn't make sense. He disagreed with her because her reasons didn't make sense. All right, super duper job. Let's try another example. But before we do, I just want to remind you that if you find these exercises helpful, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel so you won't miss the next lesson. And if you are watching this on my YouTube channel, Professor English ESL class, don't forget to press the like button. It helps my channel so much and lets me know that you want to see more fluency and listening comprehension exercises just like this one. Now, let's keep practicing English. Lisa dropped out of her chemistry class. That means she quit. Lisa dropped out. Lisa dropped out of her chemistry class. Lisa dropped out. Lisa dropped out. Lisa dropped out of. Dropped out of. Lisa dropped out of. Lisa dropped out of her. Lisa dropped out of her. Lisa dropped out of her. Lisa dropped out of her chemistry class. She dropped out. She dropped out. She dropped out of her. She dropped out of her. She dropped out of her chemistry class. Why did she drop out of her chemistry class? Why did she drop out? Why did she drop out of her chemistry class? Here is the reason. The lessons were impossible to understand. They were too confusing. The lessons were impossible to understand. They were too confusing. And we can say the lessons didn't make sense. Let's add the phrase to her. The lessons didn't make sense to her. Okay, because if you say the lessons didn't make sense, that sounds like the teacher is the problem. But if you say the lessons didn't make sense to her, then it sounds like she has the problem. The lessons didn't make sense to her. They were confusing. They were difficult to follow, difficult for her to understand. The lessons didn't make sense to her. The lessons didn't make sense to her. All right, fantastic job. Let's do one more example. People don't like the new laws. People don't like the new laws. They don't like the new laws. Let's make a why question. Why don't they like the new laws? Why don't they? Why don't they like? Why don't they like the new laws? They don't understand why they exist. The law seems ridiculous. They don't understand why they created this stupid law, this ridiculous law. The new laws don't make sense. The new laws don't make sense. People don't understand why. The new laws don't make sense. They don't like the new laws because they don't make sense. They don't like the new laws because they don't make sense. All right, you did an amazing job today. You learned some fantastic English. Congratulations, I knew you could do it. Now remember that practice makes perfect, so you should repeat this exercise several times. Not just so that you can remember how to use make sense, but also to improve your listening and speaking skills. It's been really fun practicing English with you today, and I hope to see you again real soon. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the like button. See you in the next video with more interesting words and phrases.